What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the 10-7 MMA. I'm SD. I'm here today with Donnie Boom Boom.
Hey, Donnie Boom.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
So with our Bizarro World version of us. We saw them in Wisconsin, those guys.
And on that note, Dino Bam Bam, why were we in Wisconsin? Please tell the folks.
Well, we went to, we attended some fights, and that was pretty cool. A little regional
We went to
scene.
the Mars Cheese Castle.
We didn't really go there.
We didn't go there.
We drove by it.
We did.
I heard they got great cheese, but we didn't go for the cheese. We actually went for Anthony Pettis' fight something, APFC Fight Club, maybe?
Yep, Anthony Pettis Fight Club.
Yeah, and decent regional fights.
I walked past the cheese market. I said,
good morning, ladies.
Good morning, ladies.
Hey, if you know, you know. Shout out Afro Man. But we went to the fights, and those were pretty cool. We got to see some dude get knocked out, and he was super pissed.
Dude, holy shit, dude. Holy shit, It was a heavyweight fight. We got to look that dude up. I'm sure you can find it.
Yep.
Maybe we'll post a link if there's a link for it somewhere, but no promises. But it was a heavyweight fight. This dude was hella confident.
Yeah.
Other dude looked doughy and taller. And pretty even fight. All of a sudden, this dude lands a head kick, drops this dude, puts him out cold with the ground and pound after. This dude's on a stool. He wakes up. This guy's boys are talking shit to him in the crowd. This guy's losing his mind, talking shit back to the boys. As he's leaving the crowd, or the cage, he's literally like, fuck. Yeah, losing his mind.
Dude was going
he had to be like escorted out. That was crazy. The vibes, we've been to several we've been to Bellator events.
UFC
We're going to another one on Friday. Right?
Yep.
We've been at multiple UFC events.
We're going again in a couple Saturdays.
We're going again, International Fight Week, obviously. That was the most hostile environment that I've been in as far as fights are concerned.
Right. It was very small. It was like, shout out Anthony Pettis, first of all. Like, he put on a great show. It was fun. But it was a very small place. It was like, I've never been to like regional scene fights.
Me neither. And we watch a lot of them because we end up having to for this exact podcast, obviously. Yeah. That was crazy, dude. Yeah. Like, it was hella hostile. We got crop dusted by some Wisconsin dude. I almost threw hands because I was really pissed about that. Like, it's one thing to do it once, to do it twice, and you're probably a Packers fan. Can't fuck with that.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
And the old me almost came out.
Yeah, but so anyways, we were there, saw some cool fights. Obviously, ran into Anthony Pettis, which was cool. Bilal was there. C-Rod was there. Montel Jackson was there. And the GOAT of the sport, Jon Jones, was there.
I know that guy.
Yeah,
I know him personally, actually.
And we actually got to meet Jon Jones. We took some photos with him. I'm gonna try to post those here. I don't know if my editing is up to that yet.
I think you can do it.
But if I can put it here, then you're looking at it. And if not, it's on our Instagram at the107MMA. You should go there on IG and follow us.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, there's a little subscribe button. Go ahead and press that. There's a little bell next to it. Press that. It's gonna notify you when our videos drop. But we got to meet Jon Jones. It was a dope experience.
That was awesome. That was so fucking cool, dude.
He asked our boy Davey. Shout out Davey.
Davey.
It was me, you, and Davey. Davey's a little, short, kind of thick, little Jewish boy, and Jon Jones was, Davey's the first guy to talk to Jon Jones, and Jon Jones out of nowhere just goes, "What are you, Bosnian?"
That's so crazy, dude.
Which was crazy because Davey's not Bosnian, nor does he look Bosnian.
But I'm Bosnian.
You are.
So that was nuts, dude.
That kind of threw us for a loop. Like,
and I literally looked at him, I'm like, "Did you say Bosnian?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Bro, he's not Bosnian. I'm Bosnian. So what the fuck?
Where are we at?" Then he's like, "Marhaba Habibi," as if like that's Bosnian.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways,
but I get it.
Yeah,
I understood. Right. I understand both Marhaba and Habibi for what it's worth.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Also, I love what you said to him. Dino Bam Bam told him that him and his mom watch all his fights, and you pray for him, and he really liked that.
He was like, "I always need a prayer."
He's like, "I need all the prayers."
Well, he said the prayer warrior thing,
and he got really. I know, and then I'm sure that's why he got really serious about it. Like, I appreciated the heartfelt moment. Yeah. So honestly, it was surreal, man. That was awesome.
And then, by the way, as he was walking away, going to talk to other folks that aren't quite as cool as us.
Yes.
He turned around and he gave me a nod, and he's like, "I like your swag."
He did. He sure did.
He liked this jacket. That's why I'm wearing this jacket. Will I ever take it off?
Listen,
who knows?
You certainly shouldn't wash it.
Yeah, who knows?
So I just never thought I'd hug Jon Jones.
Yeah,
so
that was badass. He was a great, really nice guy.
He was cool, man. He was a good sport. He was awesome. Yep. So no bad things to say. if there has ever been an R boy, it's him now, right?
Absolutely.
Obviously. So, anything else, my friend?
We just met the GOAT.
Right. What else is there?
And look, in 6 short months of doing this podcast, we've met the GOAT already. Granted, we don't have an interview with him. He's not following us. He probably doesn't even know who the hell we are. But that was still badass to meet the GOAT. Obviously, I'm super excited for International Fight Week.
That was the goal, by the way.
Yeah.
Our goal originally my plan was to get him to do a quick intro for us, so we kept going to the back of the line. We kind of screwed ourselves on that, because at some point they were like, he's just going to come out. It was very disorganized. But, nonetheless, still worth the experience.
Absolutely.
Not many people can say that they gave Jon Jones a hug.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Would absolutely do it again. I do wish that he did give us a little intro, but what are you going to do?
Maybe one day. We're only 6 months in, bro. We got Yuri following us. We got Impa following us.
Yep.
Our boy Dennis Bazukia fights on Friday.
Dennis, follow us, bro. God damn.
Yeah, our goal from the beginning was get Dennis Bazukia in the UFC.
Bro, come on.
And it's about to happen after this Friday.
It's gonna happen. But
yeah, so,
come on.
Anyways.
So, in any case, do you have anything else besides...
Let's get into this fight.
Let's get into this.
Let's get into it.
This Saturday, we have Vettori versus Cannonier. And my goodness, I don't know if you people have looked at this fight card. This is, in my opinion, the best fight card that we've had all year up to this point.
For fight nights?
For a fight night, yes.
It's better than the pay-per-view.
It's better than the last pay-per-view for sure.
And it has more fights.
Start to finish, and has 3 more fights. Not just a couple, 3 more fights.
Yeah.
So, in any case, let's just jump right into it. The first fight of the night is Modestas Bukauskas versus Zac Pauga. Dino Bam Bam, take us away, please.
All righty. Let's start with Zac Pauga. I've also heard it said as Zac Pauga, and there's no N.
There is no N. People are wrong.
Yeah, anyways, 6-1. He's technically 1-0 in the UFC if you don't count the loss to Muhammad Usman on the Ultimate Fighter finale.
Yep.
Athletic Samoan guy, former football player. He's exactly what you think he is.
Yep.
Good power. Last time out, he beat the Beverly Hills Ninja, my boy Jordan Wright. Like I said, he is who you think he is. He relies a ton on his power. And here's the thing. If you watch the film pre-UFC, pre these 2 fights, you get to see a ton of wrestling out of him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been using a ton of his wrestling since we've started
Pauga?
seeing. Yeah.
Dude, all he does is hold you against the cage.
That's what I'm saying.
That's his whole move.
Exactly. So maybe he'll get back to that wrestling. I think that'll probably serve him best in his future endeavors.
Yeah.
Anyways, Modestas Bukauskas, second stint in the UFC here for him. Last time out, he beat another Samoan guy in Tyson Pedro.
One of the most overrated guys because he kind of has the look and he's Samoan, but my God, is that guy trash.
Yeah, and I believe I picked against Modestas Bukauskas in that fight, and I was wrong.
I picked Bukauskas.
Maybe I did. I don't recall.
I know for sure I did because I know what Tyson Pedro is.
Right.
Just saying.
Anyways, Bukauskas is a super talented striker, very technical, very sharp, good kicks. I believe he was a Cage Warriors champion going into this second stint in the UFC. The thing that stands out the most for this particular matchup for me is his takedown defense. He was able to stay on his feet last time out.
Yep.
We've seen a real big improvement in that. As much as you want to assume he's just a striker, he's not. He's definitely a full package fighter, and he's developing into that.
Yep.
Anyways, I feel like Pauga needs a takedown to win this fight, and if he can't get it, Modestas Bukauskas is too technical for him. For that reason, I'm taking Bukauskas. I think he's just overall better than Zac Pauga is. I'm saying Bukauskas, round 1 KO.
Interesting. Round 1. I like it, man. I can't really disagree with it. Yeah, obviously Modestas Bukauskas, one of the worst knee injuries on a... How do you feel about the oblique kick? I hate the oblique kick.
We had that conversation.
We have. I hate it, bro. As somebody who has had knee injuries too, okay, here's my thing. How do you allow oblique kicks, but you don't allow knees to a grounded opponent?
Or soccer kicks.
Or soccer kicks.
Yeah.
I would rather get... You tell me.
Yeah.
I would rather get knocked the fuck out with a soccer kick or whatever, because I'm out. The ref's going to step in. I'm done. It's not like he's going to sit there pounding my face in after that.
Right.
But if I get my knee blown out, I'm out for a fucking year and a half. Dude.
Yeah, and it's always the worst seeing that happen, especially to these guys that are low on the card. Because, they don't have it
they don't make a lot of money, bro.
Exactly.
And now what? Now he has to sit here and build himself up. He has to pay. I'm sure the UFC pays for some of his, whatever. But
not all.
They're new expenses, and if you're an older guy too, especially, it's just fucked up, man. I don't like that at all. So, Anyway, Bukauskas, man, he's got some hands, obviously. You know, I really do feel bad for him more than anything, man. His last 2 fights have been, like, unbearably boring to me. Mm-hmm. I will say that. He did look pretty good against Tyson Pedro. There were some times where Pedro actually was getting the better of him.
Yeah.
Zac Pauga, man, he's just really, more than anything, in this fight, he's just not shown me much, right? Yeah. I could see him clipping Bukauskas weirdly because he does have some power too, you know, but mostly he just holds people against the cage, throws some knees, some elbows. I don't know. I don't love his style. I agree that Bukauskas is going to win. I could see a knockout for sure. I don't know about first round, man. I think maybe second round knockout.
Okay. Let's get it.
Moving on to the next fight of the card. It is Ronnie Lawrence versus David Argueta. Daniel Argueta. I apologize. I was thinking about his brother. Smart.
Oh, you know Dave?
Does he have a brother?
Probably not.
Okay. I'm just looking for my notes on this one. I'm sorry.
You're
okay,
good.
Here we go. Yep. Ronnie Lawrence. Well, Ronnie Lawrence is a beast. We do know that much.
Yeah.
Relentless takedowns. He follows through with them, too. He doesn't really give up on takedowns. He finishes them. He's got cardio for days. He's got some okay power, too, man. I think he's certified legit. His bread and butter is the ground game, the grappling game. So, you know, I really like his style. I kind of, like, do you think Ronnie Lawrence is pretty good? Like, I feel like...
Yeah, I think he's solid.
He's very well-rounded.
Yeah.
He's a decent fighter, you know?
I don't think he's a world beater, but I think he's a...
I don't think he's a world beater either, you know? But in any case, he had, like, versus Mana Martinez, he did get rocked a little bit. Mm-hmm. So that gives me a little bit of pause. I guess more than anything between these two, Argueta is just somebody who hasn't really shown me a ton that makes me really believe in him. He's a southpaw. He's a decent wrestler. So both of them are well-rounded. In his 2 UFC fights, he's 1-1. Versus Damon Jackson, he was just immediately thrown down and just fought submissions. But to his credit, man, he survived. A lot of people get finished by Damon Jackson, even though Damon Jackson's one of those weird fighters where he can he's almost like the... Really, he's like almost like the new age. What's his name? Michael Johnson, right? Where it's like he could knock out this guy, except he could also submit anybody, but he could also get knocked out or knock you out. So, yeah, I don't know. For me, I feel like overall Ronnie Lawrence's skill set I prefer, you know, and yeah, I just see Ronnie Lawrence winning this, man. I think he's going to be better on the ground by a bit. And I think he's going to be definitely better on the feet, to be honest. So I'm going to go Ronnie by decision, 29-28 in this one.
All right. So 2, I think, very good wrestlers, both of these guys. Both of them kind of have the same game plan. Take you down, ground and pound. If there's a sub that presents itself, they'll go for it. There's not too much to add on to what you said. Here's my thing. I think we saw Ronnie Lawrence struggle against a relentless wrestler last time in Sadiku Kakramanov.
We did, but I just want to say, like, I think one of the biggest travesties that the UFC has done in recent times is the release of Sadiku Kakramanov. Because I think he was a potential future champion.
Yeah, I mean, they had their reasons. I think we talked about it before.
No, I just think he was dead-ass a very likely future champion.
Right. I mean, hey, there's still time for the guy.
And doesn't he fight out of Chicago, too?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure. I do know Dan Argueta is from Chicago. But anyways, am I confident in my pick here? No, not really. But I do think that Dan Argueta is the style of wrestler that we saw Ronnie Lawrence struggle against. And maybe it is the Chicago bias, but I'm going to take Dan Argueta here, 29-28. I've said this before. I'm not too impressed with the recent Ultimate Fighter guys.
Dude,
and
like
Dan
this
Argueta
season?
Dan Argueta is from 2 seasons ago, I believe. I think he was on the Ortega Volk season. But anyways, they haven't been too impressive, but you know, he's looked decent, I guess. And like I said, Ronnie Lawrence struggles against wrestlers that are very aggressive and will push that wrestling pace. So that's why I'm taking Dan Argueta. I'm not too confident in it.
Interesting that you're taking Dan Argueta.
Yeah.
Now I need to know what are the odds on this one, because have you looked at any odds? I haven't looked at a single
I've looked at some.
It's minus 150. It's pretty close. Plus 125.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Cool. I will say, how do you feel about this card overall? Because for me, it was a very tough card.
Pretty good.
It's an amazing card.
In terms of like betting
quality, or just choosing like winners.
I think there's a ton of really close ones that I'm not too comfortable on.
I'm actually very curious to see how many we agree on, because I had a tough time doing these.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of work into them, and maybe I overthought a few. So I'm curious to see how many we agree on.
So we're 1-1 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we agree on one and don't agree on one. And by the way, forgot to mention we agreed on the first fight. So
True.
Yeah.
Wait, was that? Are we on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
True. We're about to get on the third fight.
Correct.
Cool. Moving on. Third fight of the night. Tereza Bleda from the Czech Republic versus, and she's young as hell, man. How old is Tereza Bleda?
Like 21.
21,
like
dude.
that.
She's so young. She's big as hell, bro.
Yeah.
She's the tallest flyweight, or tied for the tallest flyweight in the
Big
division
girl.
at 5'9", 71-inch reach. She's a beast, man. You know, I expect big improvements out of her, right?
Yep.
And obviously she's fighting her opponent. It's Gabi Fernandes. I guess I'll take this one first.
Go for it.
The biggest thing that stands out to me, Tereza Bleda, first of all, I just want to say I'm impressed by her. And I just want to also preface this is that she's 21, like we just said, right? I am speaking in terms of this matchup, and as we both are, I have high hopes for her as a fighter, period. Right?
Okay.
For me, the biggest thing with her is she's stiff as hell, dude.
Right.
She's a robot. Did you notice that too?
I think it's just because oftentimes in these young people, these young fighters, when they come from a particular background, like she's a grappler.
Yeah.
And the striking is always going to be just like, it's not natural. We see that a
Basically,
bunch
what
on
you're
this
saying
card.
is she started like a new UFC My Career.
Right.
And then
All
she
her
put all
points are
her
in
points,
wrestling.
or naturally, when she started, she picked grappler, wrestler.
Yeah.
So all her points have been allocated already.
Correct.
So she hasn't allocated too many points yet.
Right.
On the striking.
And we're going to see that a ton on this card, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not 21 years old. We don't see that, but...
You know, there's a lot of that on this card. There's also a lot of guys who like are making a comeback or are older. You know, there's some interesting storylines on this card for sure. But I've gone back and forth on this one a lot, man. Tereza Bleda, super impressive against Natalia Silva. She was looking pretty good in that first round, especially, man. And Natalia Silva, we've realized, is a different type of beast, right? She finished her with a spinning back kick.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, she looked good in the clinch in that one, though. She almost got a triangle choke in the first round. If she was a little bit savvier, a little bit of a smarter, more experienced fighter, I think she could have gotten the finish there. So, I'll be honest with you, dude. After I watched Tereza Bleda's first, her earlier fights, I was like, this girl is so slow, so stiff. And she is.
Yes.
But then also, she's really goddamn good on the ground, and she's so long. And for this division to be that long, it's a huge advantage. Man, it's tough for me, dude. I feel like this is either Bleda is going to get the finish early with a submission, or Gabi, who, by the way, throws heat. I haven't talked about her much.
Yeah.
She looked kind of like shit her last fight versus Jasmine Jasudavicius, but obviously that loss has aged well.
It's aging very well.
You know? I didn't love how she performed in that fight, but the fact that Jasmine won her last fight against a good fighter makes me feel better about it. If Bleda doesn't get the finish, though, I think she's going to gas. So if it doesn't go to a finish, Gabi will get the decision, and I'm very certain of that.
Interesting. So we see things differently here. For me, the way I'm breaking it down in my head, it's very simple. This is a grappler versus a striker, but they're both pretty good. They're both like all right.
Yeah, in the other space.
Thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. The two things for me that have me leaning Fernandez here is Bleda's age. She's only 21. I think she's very green and has obvious room for growth. Like, obviously she is growing. You would assume that she's going to get better every fight, but she's 21 and there are massive holes in her game. And then the second thing, as you mentioned, was the Jasmine Jasudavicius loss last time out. Like, she looked okay in that, and Jasmine looks like a whole nother animal right now. So here's the way I see it. I like Gabi by sub. I think Bleda's inexperience at inexperience in general is going to leave her open, like leave her neck open or leave a limb out there. I think Bleda's going to leave a neck or a limb out there.
Okay.
And Fernandez is going to grab it. So
you're also going Gabi Fernandez.
I'm going Gabi Fernandez.
Wow,
But I like by sub. Which I think is going to be a unique prop. We're not a betting podcast, as we always say, but...
That is interesting, because that's got to be really good odds.
Yeah.
That is very interesting to me.
And the odds on this, I think Fernandez is like a plus 200 in general.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And only 18%, I think, of people are picking her on Tapology.
Yep.
So, in any case, moving on to the next fight of the night, is it Felipe Bunes or
I think so.
Boons?
I think it's Bunes.
Bunes. It has to be Bunes.
Bunes, yeah.
Yeah. versus
Zalgas.
Zalgas Magulov.
Yep.
And it's Zalgas making his return. He's got 2 wives. That's like the first thing that I need to get out of the way.
And a new haircut.
He has two wives. He's got a new haircut. Who is that guy, bro? Because when I watch him fight, I'm like, this guy's sick, dude. I watch him like doing the movements, and I'm like, this guy is amazing. He's really good, right? And then he ends up losing. Also, he's gotten robbed.
Yeah, he's gotten robbed in that streak.
He's gotten robbed a couple times, dude.
Yeah.
Can we both agree? And I know you'll agree with me on this. He is that for sure.
Okay.
But he is much better in general than his record indicates.
I think he's 1-4 in the UFC. Is that right?
Dude.
Yeah,
and that's
yes, he's better than 1-4.
Bro, he is much better than
course.
that. Like,
of course.
He's not a technical striker. He's a damn good grappler, but he's got some power. Like, regardless, even if he's not technical, typical one of these guys, right? Felipe Bunes, 33 years old, making his UFC debut, coming from the LFA. He won the LFA title his last fight. He's on a 2-fight win streak. But before that, dude, he lost 4 of his last fights.
Yeah.
In the ACA and the LFA, right? I thought it was a kind of a strange striking, a strange signing by the UFC. So he's a typical good Brazilian Muay Thai striker. He's got some crazy wheel kicks and knees and all that, you know. He did get a crazy flying triangle attempt that I saw. I don't think he's smart enough as a fighter to get Zalgas. I think finally Zalgas gets a good win. He gets back on track. As long as he doesn't get caught by a wheel kick, I think he wins this by decision.
Zalgas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I have to take Zalgas here. I think he's just desperate for a win, and he needs it. The biggest thing about him is the fact that the judges hate him, right? But it's because he looks so desperate when he fights. And I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
He has like a very desperate style to him. Yeah. And it's like, dude...
That's so sad.
It's not fan-friendly, you know what I'm saying? So if you're just going to be desperately shooting for legs and trying to get takedowns, I get why they don't give him some of those fights. But yes, Bunes, as you mentioned, really crafty with the jiu-jitsu, but I think Zalgas is a super safe fighter. I'll say 29-28 split decision type thing.
Yeah.
Because Zalgas, there ain't no way Zalgas can win not a close fight. He can't. He can never pull away from somebody. That's the biggest problem with him. It's like you make the things you make the fights closer than they have to be.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. In any case, moving on to the next fight of the card, it's Carlos Hernandez versus Dennis Bondar, who has had some just brutal luck, brutal injuries. But give me your thoughts on this one, man.
All right, cool. Hernandez, he's a good jiu-jitsu practitioner. Very dangerous. Sometimes he's very unorthodox. The issue with him is he has 0 wrestling. I hate when these jiu-jitsu guys have
that's
no
the
ability
worst. That's
to
the
take
worst.
it to the ground. Yeah, it's awful.
Because that's,
we see it
you know
often.
the meme, like, come down here and fight me.
Right.
Like, that's only for jiu-jitsu guys that have no wrestling.
Exactly. So if your jiu-jitsu doesn't matter if you can't get it to the ground. And unfortunately, that's Hernandez's problem. On the feet, he's decent, man. He's solid. He's got decent power. Good jab, good combos. He strings things together well.
Who are you talking about?
Hernandez.
He fights out of Chicago, too, I think.
There we go. And he's decently fast as well. Bondar, on the other hand, striking super aggressive. He's hella aggressive in general, is what I noticed.
He is.
Yeah, he's always coming forward. His takedowns are violent. Tons of slams, which is always interesting. I like when you see that. You don't see it too much in MMA anymore. We used to see it a ton back in the day.
Are you talking about Bondar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
the
dude.
slams and everything. Anyways, the only time we've seen him in the UFC, he broke his arm very quickly against Malcolm X Gordon.
Yeah, that was. I want to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Do you think? Because I feel like he had him in a bad armbar, and Bondar didn't tap, and then obviously he put his pressure on it, and then that shit fucking dislocated.
Right.
Do you think the armbar like
kind
of like Conor Poirier?
Made it.
Do you think the leg kicks
Maybe. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know enough.
Who knows, right? We're speculating, but I'm just curious what you thought.
Yeah, so I think Bondar is, like, potentially he's better than Hernandez is, but I think Hernandez ultimately will win this fight. I think he has the ability to stuff the takedowns, and I think he's the more technical fighter on the feet. Even though he's not the more aggressive one, he's more technical, and of course he's dangerous on the ground, so, you know, if it gets there, he has that going for him. I'll say Hernandez by decision.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't dislike it. I think your breakdown was spot on. I appreciate it. For me, like, we saw Victor Altamirano. I don't think Victor Altamirano is that good.
Yeah.
Hernandez took him to a split decision. So, for me, you know, I don't know. He lost to Alan Nascimento by sub in the first.
Mm-hmm.
Nascimento is obviously like the premier jiu-jitsu guy in this division.
Yeah.
So, quality-wise, I think these guys are close. I think Hernandez got really good boxing. I like his movement, nice head kicks, flying knees. He throws some crazy things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought he beat Victor Altamirano pretty straightforwardly, so it was kind of bizarre to me that was a split decision. He's not bad in the grappling. Bondar definitely has the advantage in the grappling. Obviously, his debut didn't go great, but he was looking pretty good in the moments where he wasn't getting his arm snapped in half.
All 30 seconds of it.
Yeah,
Right.
I just, again, man.
No, he's
that's
definitely
two guys on this
talented
class,
guy.
on this
Yeah.
fight card where they've had major injuries. The UFC loves like grouping people together, like on some random ass shit. But I don't know. I'm rooting for this guy low key. You know, I think before the UFC he had tons of finishes, super impressive in the weight class. For me, the biggest difference here is actually Bondar's submission game. I think if he can hold his own on the feet, even though he's not the most technical guy, I think he's got decent power. He's got good takedowns and sweeps. I think if he holds his own on the feet, he can get a sub here. So I'm going to go Bondar by sub.
Interesting, because I think Hernandez is the better jiu-jitsu practitioner.
I disagree,
Yeah.
man. Or maybe not just pure jiu-jitsu. Overall grappling. I think
Maybe, yeah.
Bondar's better.
Yeah.
So. But how many have we agreed on so far or disagreed on?
I think we've only disagreed on 2.
2, I think
Well,
so
that's
too.
like 2 out of like 5 or something.
Yeah, so we're disagreeing a lot so far.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what you have to say about this one. Next fight on the card, it's your boy Kyung Ho Kang versus Christian Quinones.
So it's interesting that you say my boy, because he's not. And the thing is,
don't ask me what he drinks, bro.
No, I won't.
Soju.
I will not. It might be racist. I don't know.
It's not racist. He definitely, or he's not drinking fucking whiskey.
He might be.
He's not drinking bourbon.
Okay. Anyways, I'm very confident in this one, actually.
Oh, wow. Then you know what? You go first.
Yeah, thank you. Do you want the breakdown, or do you just want the pick?
Give me the pick.
The pick? I think Christian Quinones, round 1 knockout.
Smart.
Is
Wow.
the way to go here.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Quinones, he's obviously very brawly, and sometimes that's not good. But he does, he's super scrappy. He throws a ton of strikes. His pace is super damn high. And I think ultimately that's going to be the difference. Because he's long-bodied. He's well-rounded. He uses his range well to stay outside. But at times he can be really boring and slow. Low output.
Dude, big time. And also,
And
King
Quinones
has
do
been
that.
so inactive. I was actually shocked at how long this guy has been in the fucking UFC.
Yeah. A long time. and
He's
and
35
had,
now.
10,
He
12
got
fights.
to the UFC when he was like 23.
Right, so.
And he also has like 6 fights. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Is he fighting in Korea?
No.
Like, what is he
Like
doing?
on the side.
Like, I don't know. What is he doing? I feel like the UFC don't allow that shit, but what the fuck
Right.
is he doing? He's just hanging out? He must got like a side business.
Or a side
He
chick.
got affiliate marketing or some
Maybe he got,
shit.
like,
He's
a-
slinging like feet pics, something.
Maybe.
Like,
Let's check out if he has an OnlyFans.
oh, look it up. So, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Quinones round 1 knockout. I think he's really good and underrated and 27 years old, and he's going to be a problem, and he's going to end up being ranked.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quinones is 8 years younger. He's got a good record, 18-3. He made his UFC debut last year versus Khalid Taha, who is no joke.
Yeah.
He won by drilling him with a hook. TKO on the ground. Comes from the Dancing with the Stars. Kyung Ho Kang.
By the way, that starts soon, Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Dana White's Contender Series. I think it's like a month and a half or something, 2 months maybe. It's in the summer,
Yeah. It's going to be better than the goddamn Ultimate Fighter, I'll
which
tell
is
you that.
awful.
It's been goddamn awful. I will say the best fight of the series so far was the one yesterday.
Yeah, because it was the only one that went past like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Also, I love the concept of prospect, vet. Prospect's fucking 35 years old.
Vet, the guy that's been in the UFC,
He's
is like
30.
29.
He's like 30. Yeah. It's
Like they got Roosevelt Roberts on there. Like he's good. He belongs. In
and
the
so
UFC.
is what's his name?
And
Austin Hubbard.
Austin Hubbard's good. And
Austin Hubbard and
well,
Roosevelt Roberts are the 2 best guys on the show.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So, anyway, I agree with you. Quinones is going to win. I just see it going to a decision, 29-28.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next fight of the card.
That's your boy, Jimmy Flick.
Jimmy the Brick Flick versus Alessandro Costa. So I just love this guy.
That's your boy.
Hey, by the way, I forgot what fight I was watching. There was one on one of the Brazilian promotions where the dude was like, the announcer was like wearing like a funky suit, and he was like,
it's like a fake ass Bruce Buffer.
Hella in this guy's face, and I'm like, hey, I would smack that dude.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like I wouldn't smack Bruce Buffer,
to
obviously, but like I'm smacking this dude. Who the fuck is this guy?
By the way, we should try Bruce Buffer's bourbon. How have we not?
He has a bourbon.
Yeah, we need to get.
What
a
does he
bottle of
have?
that.
What is it?
I think it's called Puncher's Chance or something like that.
I think I've heard that. That sounds right.
Shout out Bruce Buffer.
Shout out Michael Buffer.
Let's
Fuck around.
Yeah.
In any case, next fight of the night, or it's not the goddamn fight of the night, Jesus Christ. It's Jimmy Flick versus Alessandro Costa. Please, Dino Bam Bam, let us know.
Yeah. Stop me if you've heard this, but we have a grappler.
Stop!
Oh, you've heard it. Yeah. Another grappler on this card, Jimmy Flick. A grappler uses his striking almost exclusively to get into the grappling. The striking's not pretty. He's pretty damn hittable, to be honest. Last time out, he lost to Charles Johnson, and he did not look too good in that one. Then we have Costa. He's a striker.
Look at how Charles Johnson has looked.
Right, which is such a shame. But Costa's a striker. He holds his hands up high. He's very patient. He doesn't throw often, but when he does, he really, really lets go. He lost against Amir Albazi on short notice his last time out, which is nothing to be ashamed of at this point. Amir Albazi's, potentially next in line for a title fight.
Yep.
Anyways, somehow Costa, who's not known as a jiu-jitsu guy or a grappler, half of his wins are by sub in his career. So
I know. I've noticed that too.
That's weird. But anyway, striker versus grappler here. In this case, I think the gap on the feet is humongous. So I have to take Costa. I think Flick's going to fade in the second or third round after all the heavy grappling and shooting that he's going to do. And Costa's going to end up finding him. I feel like it's going to be a late finish, third round finish. TKO to ground and pound for Costa.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I can't... For me, again, we've talked about this many times. I love that... Oh, this Brazilian dude, Costa, it was like a decent prospect. Oh, he's debuting. Give him fucking Amir Albazi. Right? An unranked guy at the time.
And we just saw that unranked dude actually win what was it, dude? Steve...
Mazzagatti.
No, it wasn't him. I don't think he was fighting.
Garcia.
On the pay-per-view.
Steve Garcia.
Something like that. Wasn't here. I'm going to go back.
Steve Urseg. Yeah.
Sounds like
I fucking told you that
he?
dude. I told you that dude had a chance, bro.
Yeah.
And yes, he does. But that guy's going to be legit.
Yeah.
And by legit, I mean top 14 max.
Nice.
But yeah, Jimmy the Brick Flick, I just need to say, he's already got one foot out the door. He was going to retire like before the Charles Johnson fight, and then he got fucked up by Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson's looked like shit. You know what? I appreciate when you let me see myself too when I'm talking, because I notice you always put your notes over my face.
Yeah, because I don't care.
Yeah, because you're looking at yourself.
Well, I'm not really looking. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
And then what I do is I do this, if you want to notice. I pull that up, so that covers my face.
Whoa, those are titties, dude?
They're not titties, guys. Shout out titties, though.
Ooh, smart. Ooh.
It's one of those. Yeah,
the eyes pop out and shit.
Let's get it. Let's get it, bro.
Like the leg stopping and
Jim
shit.
Carrey, the mask shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew the vibes exactly. But yeah, I just really don't like that they gave Amir Albazi this easy fight and gave this fucking poor guy debuting, Amir Albazi. They knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yep.
If he was Dagestani, he wouldn't have had that much resistance up front, I'll tell you that much. In any case, I'm going to agree with you, man.
Yeah.
Jimmy Flick has one foot out the door. He's ready to retire. Didn't look great his last fight. Costa got decent power. I agree with you 100%.
Cool. Let's move on then.
Moving on to the next fight of the night. It is Raoni Barcelos versus Miles Johns.
I love Ione Barcelos.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he's fun.
Tell me why.
Because he's exciting.
I agree.
Yeah.
He also fights all these Dagestani fuckers.
He does fight Dagestani fuckers.
And he gets fucked up, but that's fine.
Yeah,
he does he puts up a fight.
He's really well rounded.
He gives it the old college try, if you will.
Yeah, for like a 52-year-old man, the college try.
He was like,
bop, and he got dropped last time. That was bad.
Yeah,
that was really bad.
It was pretty bad.
But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Umar's like, he's up.
You know that move? You know that scene in The Sopranos when Tony Soprano's mom died?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, don't, or Silvio's like, Tony, you know that we know how much you love them. And he's like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I think that plays in my head constantly.
Shout out Silvio.
Shout out The Sopranos.
What a great show. That's the second time we've done that. We did it early on.
I know. I love The Sopranos.
It's a great show.
I'm getting close to another rewatch soon. I'll tell you that much, brother.
All right, let me do this, yeah?
Yeah, please.
So, like I said, I like Raoni Barcelos. Super exciting. He's super well-rounded. Good striking, good power, good grappling. He's like a 5 or 6 time national
why don't you
champion.
marry him, dude?
Yeah, right? If he wants to.
You think he's down?
No.
You probably make more money than him.
I'm not his type. But anyways.
You don't know that. Come on, sweetie.
Anyways. He's like a multiple-time Brazilian national champion in wrestling.
Yeah.
So he's got that shit. The biggest issue with him is his age. He's old.
What's the biggest issue? Brazilians, what are you doing with the R's? What are you doing with them?
Right, he's Raoni.
You want me to fucking not pronounce them? Should they be silent? Are they goddamn H's? Are they R's or J's? Let me know. Because I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to disrespect your culture. Let me know. All right? But you guys got to decide. All right? Is it a ch? Is it a H? Is it a fucking R? What is it? Is it an H? A J? A Y? What is it? Let me know. I'm sorry, please.
No, you're good. So what I do is I learn how to pronounce their name from watching them on Fight Pass. And for me, that does wonders. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyways.
You're also the type of guy to get crop dusted in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but so are you. So what are we talking about here? We were in that bitch together. It was not a fun
also,
experience.
I just want to say, they also were in our seats.
Right. We
got. I just want to say, 10 years ago, picture us 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
If somebody took our seats, just that alone, but let's take it a step further, took our seats and then crop dusted us not once but twice.
Right.
He would have gone over the balcony.
So here's the thing. I saw some of that 10 years ago you coming out.
It did,
you started verbalizing like...
Oh, no, I was like yelling at him.
Yeah, like do it again.
Like they didn't notice. They didn't notice me.
Right.
But I was yelling.
Right.
Out loud. Yeah. No, I was boiling, dude.
No, I feel you.
Because that's fucking disrespectful. Because I'm sitting there like I'm tasting it.
Yeah, it was vile. But anyways,
that's that cheese, bro.
Right.
Like I can't have that.
Here's the thing, though. Like dead ass, I agree with you. Because 10 years ago, that shit would not fly.
It would have been a brawl, dude.
It would have been a brawl. Also, like the grown up in me was like, maybe this fucking professional. Like usually, I like to, back in the day especially, I like to think like I'm the toughest guy.
Oh, he's tough, dude. Believe me.
But you're like that too.
No, he's tough.
We used to be on that.
I've seen him do some things.
But
one day we'll talk about it.
But then I thought better, and I was like,
me too.
Like there's professional fighters here.
I don't give a fuck though. Like the irrational guy in me is like,
no, I agree.
Like I'm gonna.
Maybe that wasn't the place to like do.
No, it certainly wasn't because half the motherfuckers had cauliflower ear, so I get it. I get it.
Anyways,
I'm trying to keep my ears fucking sexy, bro.
I feel that.
You know. Yeah. Regardless, but please.
I digress. Miles Johns.
Yeah. That guy fucking sucks.
He's also a grappler. Another grappler on this card. He's not a desperate grappler, which. If we've gotten to this point, we're going to have seen a few of those. He's got really heavy hands. He's athletic. There was a time early in his career where he like strictly relied on his wrestling. Then he got some knockouts. It looked like he fell in love with his hands. And I don't know if that's the best thing if you're a wrestler, but last time out we saw him grappling again, so maybe he's going back to that. I think it would be great for him to do that. As long as Barcelos isn't done, though, and his chin isn't toast after the Umar knockout, I feel like he has to win this fight. He's the much better fighter. 30-27 Barcelos, and if I'm wrong, then he's done.
Listen.
Yeah.
Miles Johns, the only thing that he can do better is the wrestling. Raoni, to me, is much better on the feet.
But he's a 5-time national champion. I know it's in Brazil.
Who?
Barcelos.
Is a 5-time national champion of?
Wrestling.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I still feel like, for MMA purposes, Miles Johns may have the advantage there. I don't think he has the advantage anywhere else, though.
Yeah.
I also think Miles Johns, watching the film of him, he telegraphs a lot of his shots. He's the kind of guy that does like one of these, where it's like 1, 2,
it's not natural. It's
3, step back and like reset, step, 1, 2, reset, like, and also like this is how he blocks. He'll be like. He'll like do like a swat and then like a little step back, like swaggy.
I feel like it's like we talked about this earlier on, and we said we're going to see it on this card. He's one of those guys. It doesn't come natural to him. So it's like learning like a dance move, for example. Like if you can't dance, you can learn a dance, but like you don't got it like that. Like you're not gonna be on the dance floor breaking shit down. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
Like it's just like you know how to do this thing, and that's the way you were taught it, so that's the way you're gonna do it. Or like basketball,
exactly.
like you learn a particular crossover. It's like, dude, you're gonna do it. Once you do that shit to me 2-3 times, like I'm gonna guard it. If you don't have anything else, you're toast.
Yep.
So anyway.
Yeah, I just think that Raoni's gonna win this, bro. I feel pretty damn confident about this. I think he clips him, and I think he gets a knockout.
Let's get it, papas.
Moving on to the next fight of the night, it's Muslim Salikhov versus Nikolas Dalby. By the way, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I just reminded myself. I to myself sounded like, fuck's sake. Why am I blanking on his name? What's the goddamn best announcer in the
John.
John Anik.
Oh shit! I was just saying a name.
No, yeah. John Anik.
John Anik. Yeah.
But it was like, and now it's Amanda's eggs that are inside of.
Right.
Dude, what is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you, bro?
I'm getting sick of his shit, by the way.
Don't say it like that, bro. I feel wild uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And not because they're lesbians. Just because, like, I don't want to fucking think about anybody penetrating anybody like that on a UFC broadcast. You know?
Yeah.
So, in any case, it's Muslim Salikhov versus Nikolas Dalby. I guess I'll take this one first, man. You know I like Nikolas Dalby. I really do.
Yeah, you do. He's a your boy.
I don't know if he's a my boy. He's too old to be a my boy, sadly.
He's a your man.
They're the same age, I'm pretty sure.
They're both old guys.
38 and 38, 39. Yeah. And Salikhov just turned. I forgot I'm fucking fresh off the boat. What is wrong with me? He just turned 39 a week ago, so they're damn near the same age. I think he's better everywhere. And more than anything, I think he's better in the power department. Nikolas Dalby, yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah. Nikolas Dalby, when it comes to grappling, he's not bad. Like Worley Alves, all he did with the grappling, though, is he held him against the cage.
Yeah.
I don't like that. He's not going to do that to Salikhov. Let's be real, dude. He probably has a better array of strikes, potentially, but the power difference, I think, to me, is very much in Salikhov's favor.
Yeah.
Dalby has good cardio, which is weird to me because when we first started doing this podcast, Dalby was, I think, one of the first cards that we did.
Yeah.
And what was wild to me is he's such a heavy mouth breather. Like,
yeah, he does that whole thing. Yep.
In the first round.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this dude fucking... No, it's just what he
thing,
does. Yeah. But Salikhov, for his... Like, he's got great cardio, too.
And he's not going to breathe like that.
He's not going to breathe like that.
Which is crazy.
And he's definitely the better grappler, and he's got more power. I think Salikhov wins this no matter where this goes.
Yeah.
How is he gonna win this? I mean, I don't know, man. He throws a lot of spinning shit too. By the way, if you you would think Muslim Salikhov is gonna be a grappler. He's a good grappler, but he's primarily a kickboxer. He has 200 kickboxing fights under his belt.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna ground and pound TKO Dalby. I know Dalby doesn't get finished a lot, but I got Salikhov, whether it's by decision or TKO. I got him winning.
Yeah, karate guy versus kung fu guy. You said it. The biggest difference here, there's two things. It's the grappling of Muslim Salikhov is better, and the power is significantly better. Dalby, very tough to be finished. I'm going Salikhov by decision.
I've heard that about you too, by the way.
Yeah, have you?
I feel like, yeah.
Who are you talking to?
I heard you have a hard time
getting finished.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hope your girlfriend.
Shout out Blue Chew.
I hope your. Damn! Can't wait till the day we got a Blue Chew sponsorship.
Let's get it. But yeah,
I hope your girl doesn't watch these. By the way,
nobody's watching this.
Nobody's watching this.
Unfortunately.
All right, moving on. Fuck, watch this shit.
Yeah.
Dude. Do you not see how hard we fucking work on it?
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
We offered a free $10 to whoever.
No, Joe got it.
And just Joe did it. Right, but Joe was the only person that did it.
He literally works for me. He's a good guy. I love that
guy.
I want to cradle him in my arms like this. Love you, Joe. Like that. He's a good dude.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's move on. Next fight of the night, it's Nicolas Motta versus Manuel Torres. Please, Dino Bebe. Give me this one. Keep it to 30 seconds.
All right, Nicolas Motta. Super athletic. Very powerful. Explosive. Fast as shit. Good takedown defense. 30 years old.
Trash.
Oh, okay. He's 30 years old. He has room to grow. And we have Torres, super long-bodied, very well-rounded as well. He is also very dangerous. He does good work in the clinch. Since he's so long-bodied, he does a good job there and on the ground looking for like those.
How body motherfucker got the heart of a killer.
I'm glad. Did you need to get that?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Shout out Crown Royal, by the way. Shout out Crown. Anyways, I think it's really good matchmaking, this fight. I think it's going to be super fun.
It is.
I think the difference here is Torres being... Like, you know how he gets really active sometimes? Like, he can overdo it.
Yeah.
Like,
he
puts himself in bad positions sometimes.
100%.
And I think that's what he's going to do here. I think Motta, being the patient guy in this fight, is going to be able to use his opponent's aggressiveness against him, find his chin, touch it, put him out.
Who? Motta?
I think Motta gets the KO late in this fight.
I'd like to place a wager with you on this one.
I would not. I'm not that confident in it.
I'd like to place a wager.
Yeah, that's
$20.
No. All right, yeah. $20, fine.
Don't you owe me from another freaking
yes.
thing?
But then we tried to double or nothing it, and the guy missed weight.
That doesn't matter. Then you still owe me.
No, they didn't fight.
That's no.
Right. I get it, but we're trying to double or nothing it. I thought we were going to still do that.
Is this double or nothing then?
No, I'm not doing this. It can't be a $100 bet. I'm not confident in it.
The fuck did you owe me fucking $100?
Could we just find something to double or nothing on?
Fine,
like,
fine.
geez.
But $20, y'all saw it.
Yeah.
In any case,
what do you think about that fight? Who's going to win? And let's move on.
I think it's one of the better fights.
I agree.
And you're right. Initially, when I remember watching the Manuel Torres film last time. He didn't end up fighting, right? Who was he supposed to fight?
I don't recall. Manuel Torres?
He didn't fight in 2023, did he?
Let's peep it. I don't think so. He was supposed to fight Trey Ogden in March.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. So he's got really stiff power. I don't know. I think he's going to catch Nick Motta and knock him out, personally. But I could also see him getting knocked out because he does leave himself open.
Yeah.
I just trust his chin a little bit better.
Cool.
So, also, Motta, to me, seems like he's very susceptible to leg kicks.
Potentially.
So, we've disagreed a lot, which is interesting.
Let's get it.
So, in any case, moving on to the next fight of the card, it's Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida. Take it away, Dino Baby.
Pat Sabatini, very aggressive, dangerous grappler. His grappling's top notch. He stays super heavy on top. He's solid on the feet as well, though. But you could tell it's not the natural thing for him, as we've mentioned a couple times on this card. I worry a bit because last time out he did get knocked out by Damon Jackson. We've talked about Damon Jackson, I believe, on this episode. We've definitely talked about him back, before. He's either amazing or he's trash.
Literally.
So that's Damon Jackson. But anyways, then we have Lucas Almeida, a striker, very powerful. He can be reckless at times, which is, not the best thing for him. He will be violent when you shoot for takedowns is something I've noticed. Like, he's going to throw knees, he's going to throw elbows, he's going to throw hard-ass punches while you're taking him down. So he's going to punish you for trying to take him down. He's obviously the taller, longer fighter here. That can play into his advantage. Classic lanky striker versus a grappler fight. I think if Pat gets the takedown, it's over. If he doesn't, it's over on the other end. I'm pretty comfortable in saying that Pat Sabatini will eventually get a takedown. And if not, he'll get multiple takedowns. That's how I feel about it. I feel like Pat Sabatini could lock up a sub here. I'm going Sabatini, or as my notes say, Sabatic, by RNC round 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, when I first saw this fight on paper, I wanted to pick Sabatini, honestly. And this is one of those where I don't like picking a winner, like by
method.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, if Sabatini is able to get Almeida down and keep him there, I think he has a good chance of winning this. I just think he's so pillow-fisted, and he's not particularly strong. So in the striking, I think Almeida is much better. If it gets scrappy, I think Almeida's got the win, and I'm pretty sure he's the underdog. What are the odds on this one?
Sabatini's got to be the favorite.
I'm sure he is. Minus 185, plus 155. So he's not the wrestler Sabatini is, man, but I think he can win this one. I think he can catch him. He can drop him. I'm going to go Almeida by TKO.
There we go.
Which is kind of a wild pick. And this one I'm very curious to see what you have to think about. Next fight of the card, it's Christian Leroy Duncan versus Edward Petrosyan. Just kidding. It's Armen Petrosyan.
Shout out Edward Petrosyan.
If you guys...
If you don't know
him, please
Google it. This is going to be really fun. 2 top-level strikers. It should be reckless. I got to ask, though, what do they drink?
Armen Petrosyan is not drinking, bro.
You don't think he drinks?
No fucking way he's drinking.
That was a wild sound that came out of your computer. That's what he thinks of alcohol.
He's not drinking, bro.
Okay.
He ain't drinking.
How about CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan? What he do?
He might he might have like fucking
Party
like,
with the boys?
yeah, just like a pint here and there, like a little like he has like a pint, like a warm ass pint of some dusty ass British beer where there's like fucking blood sausage and beans and fucking just trash ass food.
Yeah.
He's at the pub.
All right.
He's like, oi, like I'll have a little fucking pint, like I'll have a cheeky pint. That's Australia, but
that's what the fuck he's on.
He's
Yeah.
He's not drinking anything good.
No.
Yeah, you're not gonna if you're his boy, you're not gonna hit this motherfucker up to go drink.
No,
with him.
no, hell no.
Like he might be there, and that's
Right.
cool. Like it's a night for his presence, but like he's not.
He's not the life of the party.
Certainly not.
Right. I feel
you know. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like when I saw this fight on paper, initially I was like, Armen Petrosyan. How the fuck is everybody picking CLD?
Yeah.
Like, and then I watched Petrosyan's fights, and I realized he's not as good of a grappler as I thought he was.
Yeah.
So, and I do think that this fight's going to take primarily place on the feet.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Oh, you think you fucking know everything?
No, but that's what you would assume.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The fact that it's two strikers
Yeah. Well, I would say Armen Petrosyan
would lead me to deduce.
Armen
that.
Petrosyan's more well-rounded.
Yeah, but he's a striker.
He's a striker.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest difference here, dude, I think Leroy has an 8-inch reach advantage.
I thought you were gonna say 8-inch something else, and I was like,
For sure, probably.
how do you know that?
So that's a first on this podcast.
It is a first.
But yeah, I think that reach advantage is going to be a big difference. At first, like I didn't think I'd pick him, but man, I have to. Like watching the tape, I can't pick against him in this one. I think he's Armen Petrosyan is tough to finish, man. Do you see a finish?
I've seen some finishes.
I've been finished.
Yeah.
Do you think he's
in this fight? I don't believe there's a finish.
using his decision?
I think it's a decision.
But for
Christian Leroy Duncan.
same.
And
29-28?
Yeah,
Or 30-26?
razor close.
Yeah, close.
Like razor close. The only thing I want to say,
How does
though,
Petrosyan keep it close? Through some grappling?
I think just like he has the ability.
Initially I'm like we've never seen this dude
Right.
grapple.
Right. Here's what I.
But
think.
he's so fucking athletic and he's so technical for how little he's been in the game.
Yeah, I agree. I just there's two things here. Armen Petrosyan is a little more proven, and we know that. Obviously, this is like a step up and a test for Christian Leroy Duncan.
100%.
Right? And
I'm curious that they gave this guy
Armen Petrosyan already. But I think Duncan has the potential. The UFC thinks and people think he has the potential to be a star in a division that's desperate for stars.
Yes.
So an undefeated British guy, it makes sense.
Let me ask you this, Dino Bama.
Yeah.
If he wins this fight, what kind of fighter do you think is next?
Close to the rankings, a
Like,
low-ranked
what
15.
kind of guy? He's middleweight, right?
Yeah.
What kind of guy do you think?
I mean, I would want to look at the rankings, but like a 15, 14.
Because I think like a Roman Dolidze fucks him up.
Roman Dolidze kills him as of right now.
Right now, fucks him up.
Right. Here's the thing, though. We don't know how good Christian Leroy Duncan is. We're going to find out if he is pretty good in this fight. The thing that worries me about him is he fights so damn reckless that at one point, one of these guys is going to touch his chin and he's going to get cracked.
Yeah, but brother, but that's like, but think about the grappling, bro.
Yeah, no,
and it's at 185.
Yeah, you're right.
185 under heavyweight is like the worst grappling division.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you got, I want to see his grappling tested.
Yeah.
I want to see Armen in this fight test his grappling.
But I don't think we're going to see that.
I don't think we're going to see it either. I want to see his grappling tested because I want to know how good he is because if you fight a Gregory Rodriguez, what do you think Gregory Rodriguez, like him versus Gregory Rodriguez?
I think Gregory Rodriguez has better hands than him. Like, to be honest with
Power.
you. Yeah, to be honest with you. Like, we just don't know enough. So I'd like to see...
We're both curious.
Yeah.
We're curious.
That's what it is. With Christian Leroy Duncan, you want to know, how good is he? Is he what he's hyped up to be? If so, then he's going to skyrocket up this shitty division. And if he's not, we're going to find out quickly because somebody's going to chin him. End of story. But, yeah, I'm willing to bet that he wins this fight.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think the division needs it. So... You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Armen Petrosyan wins, though.
What about Edward Petrosyan?
Don't do that to me.
Moving on to the co-main event of the night.
I met him, by the way.
You met Edward Petrosyan?
I swear, yeah.
You're fucking lying.
I met him in Arizona.
Why would you Dino?
I met him in Arizona. Yeah.
I feel like you're lying.
I swear to God.
No, you're a fucking liar, bro.
Okay,
because
we'll talk about it
why
off
would
camera.
why would you not tell me that?
We'll talk about
How
it
many
off
times
camera.
have we've watched that video together?
A ton of times.
And you didn't think to tell me, hey, dude, guess who the fuck I met?
So when I met him, I met him. I was really pissed off. I was having a shitty night. We'll talk about it off camera.
No, that's beyond that, bro.
We'll talk about it.
That's beyond that, bro.
Anyway,
co-main event: Arman Tsarukyan versus Joaquim Silva. I'll take this one first.
Please.
This is a fucking trash fight.
Yeah.
Okay, Joaquim Silva is a fine fighter. I have nothing against him. This is the UFC giving this Christian Middle Eastern guy who they want to like boost up, who's like got like some hype.
You think that's what you think? It's like trying to
they're like
weigh the scale a little bit.
Yeah, to counteract these Muslim Middle Eastern guys. They're like, take one of these guys.
Yeah, but like this fight just doesn't make like
he's better
nothing,
everywhere.
He has nothing to gain.
He's better. How about this? Armen Petrosyan can choose where he wants to finish.
Arman Tsarukyan.
So, I'm sorry, Jesus.
2 Armans in a row.
Armen Tsarukyan can choose. Well, they're both from.
They're both what's it called? Jeez.
You know better than me, bro. You fucking come on,
Armenia.
bro.
They're both Armenian.
Yes. Yeah. There's a reason they've been on the same card before too.
Yeah. Well, that's how the UFC does
This is a trash fight to me. They want to build like a Islam Makhachev kind of like, oh, he took him just to a decision when he was young. They want to build one of those storylines.
Yeah.
This guy can pick how he wants to finish this fight.
Yeah.
This is the lock of the card for me.
Yeah, I mean, he's minus 1,100 for a reason.
Oh, no shit. Okay, I didn't even see that.
Arman Tsarukyan is going to win this fight, as you mentioned, how he wants. I'm going to just say round 1 TKO because it sounds like the right thing to do. I just wonder more so, number one, why in the world he would take this fight. He has nothing to gain. He has everything to lose. Not that I think he's going to lose, but if he does, it's terrible for him. I wonder what's next for Arman Tsarukyan. Is he one fight away? Is that what they're trying to do?
That is what they're trying to do. And you know what? And I will say, I
really
appreciate it in the division because it does need new blood.
Okay, so my question is, let's say he wins. He's behind Charles Oliveira, correct?
Oh my God!
I'm just saying for the title shot.
Of course.
Okay, he's behind the winner of Gaethje Poirier. You would assume.
No question. There's a reason they're giving him a title fight.
Right. So he's behind those two. If he wins, is he third?
After the winners of those two fights.
I'm saying, would he be third in line? Behind Oliveira and the winner of Gaethje Poirier. Is Arman Tsarukyan third in line?
Around there.
Around
He'll
there.
be 5 for sure, like top 5
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know about the rankings, but I'm just saying. Like,
he's around there because they could throw like the only reason I'm hesitant is like they could throw a Chandler, they could throw a Connor, they could throw there's like a couple guys in this weird ass division.
They could throw Mateusz Gamrot in there, which Tsarukyan was robbed against Mateusz Gamrot.
I don't think he was robbed.
Well, yeah, I mean it was a very close fight, but the majority of people.
Yeah.
The general consensus is like Arman Tsarukyan won that fight. Anyways, I just wonder what's next for him. I'm going Tsarukyan first round TKO. Stupid fight, bad matchmaking. I would rather have seen him versus Fiziev. I would rather have seen him and Gamrot rematch. I would rather have seen
this fight makes absolutely no sense. Is Joaquim even ranked?
No, dude. He's
So
not even
what the
close.
fuck?
He's not even close.
I
to
know
the
this
rankings.
is such a dumbass gimme fight. It really bothers me, and I don't like it. So it's fucking stupid, and I hate it.
Main event.
In any case, Vettori versus Cannonier. This one's straightforward to me. Marvin Vettori, absolute my boy. He's grown on me over the years. I didn't really fuck with him that heavy at first. He's never gonna get a finish. He's never gonna get finished. He's got a thick ass neck. He's got a big fucking stupid Italian head. He added a couple kicks, teep kicks, leg kicks mostly to his repertoire. Jared Cannonier, fucking old. Doesn't have the cardio that Vettori has, in my opinion. Vettori, I just wish he has more power. I wish he had more power. I wish he was more of a finisher. He's happy to fight like a safe fight. And like he'll scrap with anybody. How about this? Vettori is interesting because he'll literally have any ranked opponent, and 1 through fucking 15.
Yeah.
He will have a good fight with any of them.
Yeah.
And he might beat a vast majority. I do think he would. But all the fights will be close. That's the kind of guy he is, you know? He doesn't go for the finish. Cannonier, I think he's getting older. I don't think I fucking know he's getting older.
Right.
For me, he does have a wider array of strikes.
Wider or wider?
Wider. He's black as fuck, bro.
He's not whiter
He's
than
black
Vettori.
as shit. Are you kidding me? Cannonier has a wider range of strikes. He should have more power, but Marvin's chin's gonna negate that. I think this has the potential to be a boring fucking fight. It's gonna go 5 rounds. If you're gonna bet anything on this, bet it going
the distance.
The distance, absolutely. I'm gonna go Vettori by 3-2 decision, basically.
48-47.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to... You picked Amanda Nunes last week, correct?
I sure did.
Okay, so we are back alive. The streak is at 1.
Yeah.
After all the bullshit that happened the week before. But anyways, really quickly about Vettori, he's absolutely a my boy as well, so he's our boy. He's well-rounded. He's good at everything. He doesn't excel in any one thing except for, I guess, the chin and the cardio. That's kind of... Not kind of. Those are his best things. But he is sort of like a grappler at heart. But anyways... here's the thing that kind of shocked me about Marvin Vettori. When you start to look into it, I think Marvin Vettori is like criminally underrated.
I think so too.
In the last 7 years or 8 years or something like that, he's only lost 3 times.
And not a single one of those fights has he been outclassed.
Right, and it was twice to Israel Adesanya and once to
Robert Whittaker. Exactly.
So he's only losing to the best of the best in the division.
And also, say what you will, but even the Dolidze fight, dude, that's a scary fucking
fight.
dude.
He beat Paulo Costa, who was heavier than him,
and was overweight and was throwing fucking bombs, dude.
So we're talking about in the last 7 years, he's lost 3 times, right?
You were a Vettori guy before I was.
Yeah, I've always liked.
I can't remember why. For some reason, at first, I didn't love him. I don't know
because he's not exciting. He's not an exciting fighter. But here's the thing that kind of like blows your mind if you don't know. Marvin Vettori is only 29.
That's the thing that tweaked my ass out hard. Is because I'm 3 years.
Right.
That fucking made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm 3 years older than Marvin Vettori.
He's young. Anyways, dude, I think he has the ability, especially with Adesanya kind of like toying with retirement or moving up to 205. He has a chance at being the champion. Like, shit, if we're talking about Dricus du Plessis being a future champion, potentially...
Don't say that motherfucker's name,
I'm just saying, that's the conversation in MMA right now. I hope Bobby Knuckles beats his ass, and we're going to be there for that.
I just need y'all to know, real quick,
yeah.
If we're going to International Fight Week,
yeah,
me and DBB...
Yeah.
And if you don't know by watching this podcast by now,
yeah,
who's my favorite fighter?
Bobby Knuckles.
Bobby Knuckles. If Bobby Knuckles loses, I'm charging the cage, bro.
Let's get it.
I'm charging the cage.
You're fighting Dricus?
Oh, I'm hopping in. I'm swinging.
Let's get it. Please. Yeah,
I'm swinging.
That'd be so much publicity.
Are you gonna bail me out?
I don't have the funds for that.
Please like and subscribe so that we can have the funds for that.
but anyways, I think Vettori has the... Like, if we're talking about Dricus, Vettori's better than Dricus. So there's that. Anyways, Jared, the Killer Gorilla Cannonier, he's powerful, dude, but he's old as shit. He's obviously a former heavyweight that moved down. The power has been on display a ton in his career, but it hasn't been on display too much as of late. We did see the knockout versus Brunson.
Who you picking?
But yes, I think his time is coming. Anyways, I'm going Marvin Vettori. I think he's criminally underrated, as I said. I think he's hungry. He said he wants to be a champion, which they all say that. But I think he really means it.
He's never going to be champion.
But I don't think so either, but I think he will fight for the title again.
Don't point your fingers at me like that.
He will fight for the title again. And he might be. But because this division
sucks.
Against
Adesanya?
No. Adesanya's going to leave soon, dude.
And what is he going to do?
He's either... If Dricus somehow beats Robert Whittaker, Adesanya will fight him. If not, he's moving up to 205 or retiring. There's nothing left to do at 85 for him. I'm going to go out on a crazy-ass limb here. Or is it a whim or a limb? I don't know what the hell it is. But I'm going Marvin Vettori via knockout.
Well,
we
no
never
fucking
see
way.
That.
I'll bet you another 20 on that.
We never see that.
I'll bet you another 20 on that.
I was originally going to say sub.
I could see that more than...
Yeah. But I think TKO, round 4, round 5, as Cannonier gets... I'm not going to bet.
$10.
All right, fine.
So what are our bets?
Degenerate gambling is.
We have a $10 bet. You're saying that...
Vettori finishes Cannonier. I was saying TKO.
Well, is it on the method or just a finish? I'll give you the finish.
All right, let's get
I'll give you just the finish.
All right, $10 by finish.
$10 finish or decision.
Yeah, and then it was $20.
If Vettori loses, it's null, okay?
Yeah.
And then the other one was
it the Sabatini Almeida fight? I don't remember. We'll watch this back and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Or it was Motta. Motta,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. But anyways, I think Vettori gets the finish. We've had a super busy ass weekend. Sorry for being late.
Yeah, and I'm sorry we dragged It was my fault.
Okay.
I was yapping away. He wanted to make this a quick one.
I did.
I started off the episode like, we had to tell him about the Jon Jones thing. We had to.
Right. So we had the Jon Jones thing.
We fingered each other. We scissored.
I don't remember.
He was sleeping. So.
But anyways, we got to see Jon Jones on Sunday. We're going to Bellator on Friday. I think we're going to AEW next week.
Did you get your tickets for that?
No, but I'll buy them right after. We're going to AEW.
Yeah, we are. We are going
Tuesday
to that. That'll
Wednesday,
be fun.
Whenever that is. And then International Fight Week's coming up as well. Shout out the Italian Dream, Marvin Vettori.
Shout out the Bosnian Dream, Dino Sarancic. Shout out the Syrian Poppy, Dino Bam Bam.
Let's get it, baby. So, anything else, Dino?
I love you.
I love you too, brother.
And I love you guys.
You guys are great. By the way, like and subscribe.
Thank you for our 5 new followers, by the way. Wow.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
That was really nice. Sorry, guys. We've had a busy, dragging week. MMA Casuals will be out Thursday noonish. Look out for that. Anything else?
Amanda Noonish.
Amanda Nunes. Shout out Amanda Nunes. The GOAT prevails. Peace.